Thank you for tuning in. This video is dedicated to attuning you to your power. You are so powerful because you are a divine child of God. You have the power through your thoughts, your words, your beliefs, and your actions to create your reality. Uh, a good way of looking at this. So I love in Napoleon Hill's book. What's it called? Um, Something about he has a conversation with the devil. Actually, he's able to actually tap into, which is another word for the ego. And the devil essentially reveals his secrets, and he says, my plan is to make people drifters, which is to um, make people not have a definiteness of purpose, because you're divine beings and you could literally create any beautiful, wonderful life you could. My job is to essentially chip away at your will to create that life, through distraction, through creating things that lead to bad feeling, blah 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 blah, leading you down that rabbit hole path. Because the truth is, you are powerful and you can create an extremely abundant, beautiful, divine life, but you have to activate your will to create it. Um, And I see this so clearly at work. Um, we all get to post our sales, and people that put their whole self behind it post great sales all the time. People that don't, and they could. I know that they could. And I want to dedicate myself to creating success for everybody, because I love how Jeff and Shea say every child of God should be successful because they have that power if they so choose. But here's what I want to point out. You need to become very consciously aware of the thoughts that you put out. Some people I've noticed will literally be so blatant as to just say, God doesn't love me. Nothing I do works. Um, I'm doomed to failure. I always mess up. Like, these are the thoughts that ego will plant to cause you to not succeed, and they are not true. There's a very simple way to understand this. If it feels bad, it's not of God. God feels good. And what I mean feels good in a deep soul way. So, from the basic premise of you are a divine child of God, a God thought is, I love myself. I am worthy. And these thoughts apply no matter what, because there are times we make mistakes. And sometimes we make big mistakes. Sometimes we run a pattern. And even in those situations, Jeff and Shlia teach you never have to feel bad about anything. Now, life does have a natural karma, cause and effect. There are things, like, for example, if you just gamble away all your money, there's a cause and effect to that. So it's not that um, you want to make good choices, because that's going to have good impacts on your life, cause and effect. But you don't need to feel bad. Okay, you know what? I did something and it was not the best choice. You still have the right to love yourself. I love myself. I'm a child of God. And, Jeff would say, talk about having so much grace with yourself with mistakes. That's actually a part of life. Learning is a part of life, and you don't need to feel bad about that. Um, so here's the key: no matter what, you say good things about yourself. You know what? I'm a divine being, and I chose to do that. And I learned. And this is what I learned. I learned that I really like this. And I learned that this doesn't work for me. And I learned moving forward, I'm going to do this. That is how you take a learning experience. You just say, oh, as a divine being, I chose this experience. This is what I gained. This is what I learned how to do differently moving forward. And I still love myself. I'm perfect as I am. You never want to say an affirmation or proclaim something that would suggest anything but you're perfect. And that seems really radical to a lot of people because we're so used to, it seems very natural to be self deprecating. But that's actually, it's not productive. If you realize how powerful your thoughts are, how powerful the words you proclaim are, like when I'm watching a class and Jeff is, pretty clear on his discipline to a student who's like, um, yeah, I just, if they say like, love just isn't for me. Really, is that true? Is that God's true? O divine child of God, created in his divine image that he adores and loves. You think you're not worthy of love. You're worthy of love. If it's a if it's a thought that doesn't honor you as a divine child or another divine child as divine, it's not of God. You can let it go. Make that your practice. That's what this video I'm dedicating to. Make it your practice to notice your thoughts. And sometimes we're not even aware of the thoughts that drive us. But here's a simple thing: if you feel bad, you're entertaining a thought that isn't true. And you can go, and this is what the mirror exercise essentially is. You go into that place that doesn't feel good, and you can actually just discover the misaligned thought. Um, it can be so as simple as, man, I keep doing this pattern that feels bad. Why? Because I think I need it to make other people happy. I keep doing this thing because it makes other people happy, and I think that's where my safety lies. Oh, and then you replace with a new thought. My safety lies in God, in loving myself, and I don't need to have other people's approval to be happy. Oh, I'm going to give myself the love. I am enough. I'm going to give myself the love I need in this space. uh, and realize that it's okay to make decisions that are good and healthy for me, that feel good for me, and that God's approval and my approval are enough. And you just keep loving that place until you feel totally and completely at peace in that space. And the truth is, you can give yourself enough love in those places that hurt to feel complete, to feel whole. So much of what we do is running away from the pain we feel, but that's not necessary because we have enough love through God, through our own beingness to feel whole and to feel complete. Um, I just realized I have a here comes the sun. That is you and your love. Any place you feel bad, the sun is the truth. The sun is love that you bring to that place. This is why Twin Flame Ascension School is so valuable because at its core, all it is it's teaching you the nature of God and the nature of love, and teaching every single student, including you or whoever chooses to take on this work, how to address those places that are hurting and bring the power of love there. So, if you're watching this, I invite you to take stock of your feelings, bring love there, and bring the truth there. Bring stock of the words that you're speaking, and make sure that you're speaking powerful words. And it's okay to catch yourself. You don't have to feel bad. But if you notice yourself saying something that's not really honoring to yourself, say, oh, okay, I just said, you know, something like, oh, I'm such a fool. And even something as simple as that, you can be like, you know what, actually, I'm extremely intelligent. And yes, I'm learning. So maybe sometimes I do things that are kind of silly, but I'm an extremely smart person. I trust myself. You'll notice the difference when you affirm these things because it matters. It matters what you say and ultimately what you believe in your heart. Uh, so, you are divine. You are a beautiful, powerful being. And so make your life a powerful statement of that. And thank you so much for watching. Sending you love, and I'll see you next time.